100 years later and gather on an annual basis to represent and remember our ancestors and their service in the Civil War. And so in 1986, I put out the call to my mailing list of Descendants, which was probably just only a few hundred at that point. And we had a great turnout. We held it at what is now the Medora Ball Museum in Otto, New York. And every year, as our ancestors did, we meet in a different town in Cattaraugus or Chautauqua County. And we've been doing it now. This is the 30th year we've done it. First time at Bonas, and the reason we're at Bonas is because the collection that my late partner, Mike Winey, and I put together over 40 plus years of work is going to be housed here. We've donated it to St. Bonaventure. In toto, I've connected with more than 1,200 descendants of members of this regiment over the years. Now, this is over 40 years of work. I currently think there's 800 odd on my email list, around 850 on my list, because I've lost track of some over the years, others have died, etc., moved away, I can't find them. Starting from scratch, we've been very, very fortunate. I send a bi-monthly email newsletter to those that are online. If you were here earlier, you noticed that there's a considerable number of senior citizens that are on my rolls. And of course, I'm one of them now. I call us Wrinklies, personally. I kind of like it's a cuter name. But I stay in touch, and I send this bi-monthly newsletter to let them know what's going on. I always end it with, welcome to the rolls, whoever the descendants were I heard from the last time. What really boosted my work was, in around 1992, I think, my son, at that time a teenager, set up a website for me. And I had always thought, how can I make this search, we're sort of localized to Western New York and then word of mouth elsewhere. How can I make this search for descendants of members of this particular regiment a national search? And here the internet falls into our laps, And we put up the website, and for the first 3 years, I was hearing from one new descendant a week. The latest email I got on my smartphone is from a descendant that I've never heard from before. So it's really exciting for me to check my emails and see who I'm going to hear from. And a lot of times, I've got a picture I can send to them of their great-grandfather that they've never seen before, or his obituary, or mentions of him in the letters of his comrades, or sometimes his own letters. So I'm sharing a lot of material with people.